What's the mighty good word, party folk? I'm your high priest. I'm up here up about a mile high on the sunset. It's Sunday, November 3rd, mid-morning where I'm at. What's good, party folk? My name's Armando. I'm chilling up here in Denver. Just wanted to check in and get some messages for the Mercury ingress into Sagittarius, which just occurred a few hours ago, about 12 hours ago, or maybe 24 hours ago. The moon is in Sagittarius also, as well as Venus. They are having a party in Sagittarius. Mars will soon enter Leo, and it just met with Capricorn, meaning it opposed it. It didn't meet it. Mars and Pluto opposed each other. They're in opposite signs. Mars is in Cancer and Pluto is in Capricorn. Mars is about to go into Leo. It's in its pre-shadow retrograde phase, so it will only cover a little bit of ground in Leo and then retrograde through Cancer, then back through Cancer, finally forward movement through Leo. But we're digging into a lot of the Sagittarius alchemical zone. We are in the Scorpio season, so it's fascinating to kind of have both spices in the pot. It really like the magic, the fire magic, those sorts of things. Getting a lot of like rebirth and reclamation, those sorts of things. Anyway, I have a lot of oracle cards. I get a little excited. I wasn't able to choose this morning, so I think we should start with some Sacred Symbols Oracle from Marcella Kroll, and then Wild Unknown Alchemy from Kim Kranz, and then we'll get into Suzanne Shepherd's Black Moon Astrology Oracle, which are tied to the tarot, and then I've got a bunch of tarot decks. Anyway, thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for watching the videos. Thanks for the likes. And as the videos get more likes, I do show the likes now. I'm feeling less embarrassed, but also I do honor. Well, you guys probably want to know like the likes count. So now that more folks are subscribing and liking the videos, I'm showing the likes count. What matters to me is that you guys are watching the videos and promoting them, sharing them, commenting. Anyway, I'm very slow to come with the channel. It's regarding like my entire tarot astrology as like a business, I'm not really full speed ahead. I'm not trying to rush through it. I'm not trying to establish a full-time thing, but it does take up a lot of my time. Anyway, I'm glad. Thank you for being here. Thank you for a lot of your attention. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for being who you are, and thank you for hanging out, and thank you for the comments. I'm grateful for our energetic exchange. Happy Mercury in Sagittarius. Happy new moon in Scorpio. Happy Scorpio season. Happy birthday to the Scorpio Sun Collective. This is an all collective reading, no matter your sign placement. Don't forget to hit like if it resonates with you. Subscribe if you're new. Stick around. Thank you. Magicians, high priests, high priestesses, kings, queens, royals. This is your Mercury in Sagittarius. Sagittarius in the sky. Court, I am your effervescent mercurial, somewhat bubbly, somewhat giggly. Needs to invest in a whole new wardrobe. Effervescent, Akashic Librarian, Stellar Informant, Ninja Warrior, funny looking jester, feeling a lot better from all my allergies. Anyway, thank you for being here. This is your Mercury and Sagittarius messages. Once again, the moon's in Sagittarius, and so is Venus. And now Mercury joins the party. It's a freaking party. Earth, air, fire, water. Thank you so much. Goddess Isis, Sun God Ra. Archangels, angels, spiritual guides with the highest light. Helpful, wise, sage ancestors, please give us divine messages. Clear divine messages for the collective. What's good for Mercury in Sagittarius? What's up for their Mars in Leo transit? And wow, okay. Release and focus. Wow, if that's not from Scorpio to Sagittarius, release, focus, release, focus. I was looking at the headlines. I call them headlines. I don't know, like the names of the videos, the titles. One of them was like detached to determine, and yeah, that very much gives me. If you are a fire placement, like, just be conscious of protection from especially evil eye, and just from others' energy, right? Guard yourself over the next month, over the next 2 months. Things I like are like room sprays and body sprays. You guys know I work with gems and rocks. I love rocks. I want to rock. Yeah. Okay, look, past life. Why is that flipping out? Okay. We're going to leave it there. Look, spiritual cleansing. Something about water. And I know not everyone wants to hear take a spiritual bath, but take a spiritual shower, take some kind of cleansing spiritual wash. Maybe for the full moon in Taurus, you want to create or create moon water from the full moon. I do see a lot. I do like, are you guys doing picture also, like photography, like removing, deleting? I think that's good. Can I go off for like a hot minute? I know this is a very like basic thing. It takes time, right? It takes time to heal and change perspective. I think what's more exciting, what can be more difficult, it can also be more exciting, is the shift from difficulty to excitement and to honor. A lot of our paths now are much longer, and you can see that in a lot of the Sagittarian vibrations. And so it's maybe not a lot about limiting. And I think even those that define themselves as like very liberated and free and non-committed, like adventurous, spontaneous, like I feel even they are limiting themselves by succumbing to the label and the identification, and simply committing to non-commitment. They're sort of like, can you actually start to define yourself and start to apply processes more consistent, apply your passions, apply energy towards your passions on a more consistent basis, solidify, narrow down choices as you go. If you're new to it, if you're young, if you're green to it, if you're new to it, if you're new here, if you feel new to something, take your time, enjoy it. If you're young, take your time, enjoy it. If you're growing, if you're maturing, there's a more motivation for me to tell you to start to narrow and limit, especially in the creative zone, to actually create space and then narrow and limit choices in regarding like passions, what you like, what you seek beyond like just media, beyond just like entertainment. Actually create space, and then leave a lot of the core, your beliefs about it behind. Like, say you've always wanted to learn a specific subject, but it's a different culture than yours. Like, I say, instead of stopping there and limiting yourself, that you're afraid you may appropriate methods or knowledge, what if you acknowledge yourself that you just were creating space to learn about other methods, other cultures, with respect, in an unconditional, loving lens and perspective. I think Pluto and Mars opposing each other in Cancer and Capricorn, it's bringing a lot of this to the forefront. Tradition versus accepting new beliefs, and more so accepting that if your beliefs are limiting, even as liberated as you may seem, you wonder what it is about always seeking, regardless whether you are liberated, adventurous, free, spontaneous, or a loner, a routine-based, alone, not much to do about much. Either way, what are you seeking, right? I want you to answer those questions. Then I want you to determine how you can remove ties to seeking what you're seeking, no matter what it is. What are you, if you're on the loner aspect, what are you hiding from? What did you move away from, and why? Now, also, the difficult part is moving you from that point to come back out, to enjoy, to actually create time space for your passions, your creativity, your likes, beyond media. And then I know it all comes from forgiveness, past life, right? No matter the trauma, and a lot of people come to me with trauma that they don't go to their therapists or their doctors about, and the door is always shut in my face at that point, because it's like, I don't know who I need to pretend to be. Do I need to wear a cape and throw bones in New Orleans or in the streets of New Orleans, or do I need to, be in some rural town and live in a shed and wear a cloak and, what degree, what certificate, what stamp of approval will allow anyone to tell someone that forgiveness will set them free from trauma. And then we work to shift perspectives from first honoring perspectives that create the blocks, and also perspectives that lock you in. So there's a perspective, there's a mentality about protection regarding protection, and it holds the key. That's like the key to all the other mentalities that you have that keep you from applying time, space, creating space. Yo, did any of that make sense? I just pulled one card. Let's see. Archangel Michael, thank you so much. Archangel Michael's here for sure. Release. Goddess Isis, Sun God Ra, Mercury. Mercury, what's up? Release. Rebirth. Okay. I have the wild and on alchemy. Thank you. Thank you all so much for being here. Thank you for letting me go off. I think I'll start putting the timestamps again. Wow, look, this is so cool. Separation and Ouroboros. So the wheel and judgment. The trumpets blare. It's time. Release old lifestyles, old perceptions. Release relationships. Release those. They may seem great. It seems great, right? But they also perpetuate and keep you in that persistence of the difficulty of the blocks. The hamster wheel, right? Goddess Isis, clear divine messages for the collective. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. We have card 29, Sulfur, as the binding, and that's more like what stinks, what needs to come out, what needs to come up to the surface, right? I think it already has for you. You are between the uncreated. So I know it's card 43. Okay, the uncreated. I think there's too much, there may be too much free reign again. It gives me, with the Mars and Leo, like too many options after being very limited. It's like all you want to do is to shine, right? The golden rose. So it's between shining, social, it's more like the grounding. Card 58, the golden rose. Card 43, the uncreated. And card 29, sulfur. Okay. It's sort of just giving me time to shine. Okay, 3 from the Black Moon Astrology. For the Mercury and Sagittarius, messages for the collective. Thank you very much. What's the situation here, right? Okay. 9th house of faith. Y'all ain't kidding. This is Sagittarius house. 9th card of faith. So it's kind of funny that this card comes out. Why wouldn't it? Right? I think definitely the season is upon us. There's a lot of passion. There's a lot of movement forward. There could be a declaration. So it's like limiting yourself from, this is going to sound maybe a little opposite, but it's like, I think now you are limiting yourself. So it's about removing, and now maybe the lens comes off of, how am I going to apply freedom in my situation? And maybe the tables shift, the tables turn. Now you want to leave. Now you want to explore. Now it seems more trivial to suppose that you can spend time on creating this relationship or this situation or working through this situation, because it simply just like stinks. You realize you're, I don't know, there's something about you. There's something like flowing in the bloodstream, Gosh, yesterday my friend was being ridiculous and silly and sent me like the silliest, stupid joke. I'm sorry. It was funny. But of course, my crazy ass was like thinking really intensely about it. And I was like, something about the bloodstream. So I'm getting that here. Like, you're like, you've gone really deep. And I think that, you operate a little bit differently, and you're honoring maybe the operative behaviors, and determining whether a dream and fantasy are, regardless of how big or how big, like regardless of how far or how hard you have to work to obtain it and to attain it and to achieve a goal or a dream, you're realizing what you actually can work towards, looking through false systems, false setups, false I was watching this blogger, and it was very profound what they said. They were talking specifically about dating, and they mentioned, like, you never really know when, like, you never really know if the other person knows themselves, that maybe, and in that case, more so, it's not about whether they know themselves or not. It's like whether they are certain about what they want from the relationship and from the partnership. And you never really know if the other partner is certain about their where they stand as a partner. And so it's maybe that's the shift. That's where the shift is at. That's sort of what the similarity could be, where you are at, where you're like, okay, so I wanted this. It's giving me like limerence, y'all. It's giving me like, okay, I thought I wanted that, but I don't, because now I'm like releasing I'm learning. I don't know, with the ninth house, it's card number 33. With the ninth house, you could have gone through a spiritual awakening, a psychological, spiritual processing work, integration. It's very grown up. It's like you're leaving an old way of you behind, leaving old ways, and then coming into a new you. Some of you seem to be dedicating more time to something, and it's more like the relationship with yourself. It's giving me, you're not going to be stopped, really. Okay, so situation. Here's your challenge. Black Moon Lilith, mystery, okay. And water element sensing. So we have card 33, ninth house of faith as your situation. The Black Moon Lilith, mystery, card number 12 as your challenge, and the basis being water element sensing, card 40. We have a lot of water. We have Black Moon Lilith is currently in Libra. Okay, so very much about relationships. Ninth house, Sagittarius house. Okay, So fire and water. And Jupiter at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, Jupiter currently in Gemini. Gemini is opposite sign of Sagittarius. So yeah, again, very much in opposition. Sagittarius is adventurous. Sagittarius kind of has that like on the go, so not always the most committed. And I think that's where you're being asked to, that's what you're being asked to push through and discover. Water element, it's like you're flowing. Black Moon Lilith, you're allowing the relationship to be where you were very controlling, where you were very, you're seeing more the aggression. With Sulfur, you're seeing what stinks. Black Moon Lilith, the mystery, they see what stinks. They see maybe the other, the like the leaving a relationship, divorcing with the ninth house here. The challenge could be you're leaving this relationship, and that very well could be the challenge, because there was a lot of with the Cancer and Pisces, Scorpionic elements here. There's a lot of it's giving me like more Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands, right? Black Moon Lilith, this card 12 is the Queen of Swords, okay? Water element is the Ace of Cups. That being the basis is I think maybe leaving, like maybe this has been a difficult start. It has been difficult to commit to this relationship. You see the difficulty in your potential partner, that they are not willing to commit, or they don't want to commit, or it's not in their like blood, it's not in their nature. Maybe they are exploring this option, and it's sort of like you don't have that give anymore. You're looking at what it seems to be like the over and over cycling in and out, and that isn't allowing you to really push. So you're acknowledging like that aspect where you're holding, and there's a lot of reserve, there's a lot of, you've put a lot of energy towards someone or something, a relationship. It seems very much so like a family or relationship, romantic partnership. And it seems like Neptune is Neptune is causing that flow with the Hangman. The change in your perspective regarding this relationship is what's allowing you to sort of flow and leave. And maybe that also means you relinquish control. You've given up any sort of trying to direct it. I have Virgo. I have the Page of Swords, Goddess Isis, and God Ra. Spiritual guides of the highest light, divine clear messages for the collective, past, present, and future influences. Okay. Past, yeah, romantic. Present, it's like coming back. Okay, so it gives me backtrack, like passing influence is a romantic aspect. Present influence is like coming more to a grounded level. Like the romance took off, it was very passionate, but now you're actually becoming friends. And then with the Hierophant here, it's like maybe later it does become more solid. So it has something needs to give, something needs to go. Okay, it's like maybe you need to let this go. Like it's like if you love it, let it go. Isn't that what it is? Yeah, we have 9 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. That's very much like the independent. We have Jupiter in abundance. It's like you're gonna win anyway. It's like this isn't allowing you to flow, or the relationship isn't really flowing. There's actually truly romance, but it's like, so I have Pisces, Aries with the Knight of Cups. I have Venus in Cancer with the Two of Cups. I have the Hierophant, Taurus. I did want to look up, y'all, what's good? Is this a relationship thing? Yeah, it says from Black Moon Lilith, it says you have a feeling you're waiting for something to happen, but you don't have the entire information. So the facts are hidden or mysterious. Something stalks, you feel it. But Lilith is sharp. She knows, she senses, she processes what is there. So we had the you know, if you know, you know. That was the last message. Because Lilith feels slighted, she can represent a formidable foe or dangerous enemy. Through Lilith, we discover creativity and the beauty that can exist in the darkness as long as we keep our own demons in check and under our rule. This card indicates a call to wildness, even subversion. Lilith is the evocation of what may or may not be there. She can manifest as madness or self-realization. Lilith represents a refusal to submit, so it is not a good time to give in, even when the path seems a rough one. Obviously, it goes from like you're seeing something crumble, you perceive something to be crumbling. It's got to give. You got to let it go. You got to let the obsession go. You got to let the desire, the need, this like obsessive, compulsive, passionate desire to have something. You got to let it go. You got to let it, like, you've been broken before, and it's like you want to really repair, but you got to let the repair. We travel, some of us, forever to seek other states, other lives, other souls. Okay, obstacles are being lifted. So this darkness, this obsession, this like, you're being lifted away from it. It's almost like you went there as a response. So now we need you to recognize that you went somewhere as a response. You took on this, I'm going to travel and see everyone. I'm going to see everything. I'm going to know everything. I'm going to like be everywhere, everything. Like I'm everything to everyone. I'm everyone's martyr. I'm everyone's savior. I'm everyone's like go-to. I'm everyone's best friend. It's giving me like you wanted to be the one, you wanted to be the best. Like, so now acknowledge that there's something else. There's something kind of that now has developed. You have found something. You have found a way to be uplifted, and it's very karmic with past life and the 9th house of faith. So it's traveling for understanding, right? Traveling to distant places for the broadening of understanding, to receive arcane wisdom, study knowledge, right? If your question is about love, one or the other person needs freedom. There won't be a commitment anytime soon. In short, this card indicates that you're about to depart on an important journey. It may be an outward voyage. It may be an inward excursion. Either way, you will be changed. This is the Three of Wands. This card has to do with what has been tried and tested, and one is what is already established. No matter how expansive or broad-minded, it will be rooted in the traditional. Okay? Media, publishing, long-distance travel, education, churches, divination, astrology. It seems very much like it's the hard part's over. You gotta like crawl out of it. You gotta let it go. You gotta let that person go. You're ready to fly. You gotta let the obsessions go. You went far, even if it was in the mind, or even if it was for therapy or for recovery. You've done it. You've healed. There's still aspects of the shadow there that are meant to propel you, to allow you to flow, okay? You've released a lot of what holds you back. Now you're able to co-create, create your adventure. Now your adventure starts. You were supplying a lot of effort and energy towards others. It seems like all of a sudden there's a twist of fate. Where does the collective stand in regards to this? Yeah, wow, this is like major upheaval. You have left someone. It's almost like you want freedom, you want release. Maybe the other person declares their freedom and non-commitment, and now you realize how freeing that is to be let go, and for you to let go, and for you to basically continue on your romantic adventure. Like you were never off your horse, right? Like you were never ever off your romantic adventure, and so you still leave. you still go. You're going. The challenge was more so like, why were you staying? Why did you keep staying, right? And that's not me questioning, but in your environment now, you see why you stayed. You see what it meant, and then the other person, you don't know until they admit it, right? And now they admit to you that this isn't where they're going, and you're going in a different direction. With the Three of Swords, it's like there's a lot of shifts, and more creative work for you comes in. What is in the blind spot? What is in their blind spot? What is in the collective's blind spot? Clear divine messages. Thank you. What don't they see coming? Thank you very much. No. Yeah, I think you're over the nostalgia. So someone may return, and there's efforts of reconciliation, effort, like a more hopeful effort, but I think you're over the nostalgia with Black Moon Lilith. So I think that it does mean to me that you are coming to balance where you were very, where you wanted something, and you were advocating for like a commitment or a passionate romance. Now you honor the situation, honor the karma, honor so I get that you were never off. When I say you were never got off the horse, like you were never you never stopped choosing for yourself. And maybe you included choices for the other, like you wanted to make choices for the other. And so now back to making choices exclusively for you, and you're still continually on the go. You're still changing. You're still on your ride, where you kind of became you became caught up in trying to establish this, but then you realize, okay, there's a lot of freedom that this person wants and desires, and it's not here. And so, but then what happens? It's almost like a shock to the system when you continue to go, and you're like, okay, well, if this isn't going to work out at all, then I'm going to keep going. Okay. You are being drawn to sacred spaces, ancient knowledge, past lives, ancient wisdom, and holy gifts. The connection to your current relationship or situation has deep roots and is perhaps much more than you may have anticipated. Dive into ancient wisdom for your answers at this time. Drawing this past life card can indicate past life connection, karmic contracts, vows, commitments, or even feelings of atonement. Draw another card if additional clarity. You can meditate with the pyramid to access ancient magic, create sacred space, welcome informative galactic downloads from the universe, and encourage ascension for your body, mind, and spirit. I think you're receiving knowledge about this relationship with the Hierophant here. It's like all the cards blend together with the ninth house, the past life. The Queen of Swords is here. You're not taking more of this. You also realize you can't help the other person see the connection to a past life. There's no use in anything like that. I never recommend, that's why I say, that's why I always talk about identifying as someone who when people meet you are their karmic fate, because it's not everyone understands that, and not everyone, and my perspective is karma is a flow, is an energy, and it's not it's like we create it along the way anyway, and so not anyone is free from karma, and no one, it's like that type of effect where it's like you can't show the other the messages you're receiving. You can't convince them, otherwise you can't convince them of how deep and how meaningful this is. It's like, let them see for themselves if they can at all, right? Maybe they can, because the Tower's here, the Eight of Cups, the Six of Cups. It's like all this Cups energy. It's like from coldness, from spite, from severity, from the swamps, from the sulfur, from the nasty, stinky, it just finally gushes out. We have sulfur, and then we have the Tower card. It's like maybe the truth comes out to them, the truth, which is what I was saying earlier. It's like living under one lens because it's your perspective that was garnered and constructed from past life trauma, like childhood trauma, and then realizing that that is the case, so you're able to start to remove that perspective. Then you realize it was a block. Then you realize it goes from difficult to exciting to release to let go, let it go, let it go. If you love it, let it go, right? It's almost like you're letting it go, and it's like the love returns to you. What's the outcome? The outcome is the King of Pentacles, Hierophant is here. Taurus is here. We need more clarity. Oh, we already had this guy. Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Neptunian, the Hanged One, the Hanged One. Card number 11. I'm sorry, card number 12. The Hanged One. Change of perspective, right? This king is going to have a change of perspective. Are they outside of you? Are you more water? Are you more fire? Are you more in that archetypal element, the Piscean, Sagittarian, mutable flow, the lover, the romantic, the seer, the seeker, versus someone already grounded in this is what occurred to me at this age, and this is what occurred to me at this age, and therefore this is why I now persist I take direction from those points in my experience, instead of realizing that I could simply forgive whoever. I know it's saying simply is not helping. It's like those that wronged me. Now, if I can forgive myself for spending all this time and energy in holding, begrudgingly assigning them power over me, now I must let that go and forgive myself. And now I can go on, and even though I carry this experience with me, I choose to shift and not allow that to be an obstacle, and not allow it to be a block. And now I take time, and now I flow, and now I go from dark, spiteful desire, spiteful, revengeful, vindictive motive to let me flow out of this into love. Let me be more flowing and creative. Let me allow creativity. Let me allow the downloads. Let me allow God to heal me. Let me allow my friendships and relationships. Let me allow the relationship to my higher self heal me. Let me allow myself to shift. Let me let go of what I hold on to. Let me let go of the grudges. Let me let go of the trauma that doesn't allow me to move beyond karma, that makes me feel like I am everyone's karma, that why does everybody meet me, and I must teach them, I must be their trauma response. Okay, well, we got to figure out what your response to your trauma is. A lot of it, I don't know why, the Five of Wands comes out with the Leo card, Saturn and Leo. It's like a lot. You are going to come to see a lot of the competitive beliefs and perspectives, the shifting your lens, and it could simply be seeking help or being more authoritative and discernible, being more a decision maker, making decisions, committing. Okay, and now overseeing also. A lot going on, a lot. So you're going to start to have to let go of this, right? It's giving, you're going to come to find out that you're going to let go of the little petty struggle that what seems so big, it kept you in these zones of fighting and arguing, mostly with yourself, right? And creating competition and argument, but also you're working towards it. It's like you're a student, you're learning, you're realizing the spiritual kind of whatever you've been through has been very spiritual all of a sudden. Okay. Yeah, look, okay. It has been very spiritual. It has been, you're like, what did I just go through? Oh my goodness, Jupiter and Gemini, the Lovers, Gemini. Look, someone someone hides behind their friends, okay? Someone hides behind their friends and leave themselves out in the cold. Someone likes to pretend and party, and you're leaving. You're here, King. The King of Cups is leaving. I think the I'm sorry, it gives me like someone is leaving, but this King of Cups, the Scorpio person wants to like, they want to come out of this yes, this Scorpio King person is ready to commit to not hiding behind the celebration, the constant movement, the constant like, it's not like you're sure it's like partying. Like, I'm gonna go party instead of do something about fine. It's like what you went through, right? It's like what helped you to get here, and it's great. Like, do you wonder how spiritual people get to where they are? Like, do you think that we're all baptized and I'm obviously it's Sunday. I'm meeting my friend. So I apologize for texting. That is the end of your message. I really appreciate everyone being here, hanging out with me. What kind of love reading is this? You do have the Star, you do have the Six of Cups, so it's like there's a lot of, can we just say there's a lot of hoping, there's a lot of wishing, there's a lot of attraction here. You guys, you could be of same gender or whatever, it doesn't matter. It also just means it's very passionate. There's a lot of love. You guys are like beginning, maybe there's like this yearning for the friendship. Maybe there's a recoil, reunion, reconsideration, the friendship is forming regardless. Like, maybe you guys really were just in it for the passion, or maybe one of you was just in it for whatever, the passion or the romance. Maybe both of you wanted, like one of you wanted the freedom, one of you wanted the connection. Regardless, it's deeper than what both of you thought or knew. I think even lover boy here, Knight of Cups, is like, I didn't know this is what it was going to be like. Like, I think that I've been seeing that in general, that spiritual leaders are given a lot of credit, that we know exactly how it's going to turn out. Sometimes it's deeper. Sometimes it's really effing deeper than I thought. Sometimes I think I'm giving someone general advice and it's actually life-changing. It's actually momentous. It's actually a big part of their journey. Maybe something you thought was small, it's like, it's big. It's about to burst. Like the stars, the freaking golden rose, yo. I'm sorry, but there was also, so I know the golden rose is like this alchemical concept idea. I'm like, golden rose is like the name of a buffet in South Texas, and it just cracks me up. With the Queen of Swords, it's like, there's gotta be humor, y'all. We gotta laugh about it. We gotta laugh about these deep situations, right? Listen to Patti Smith's Mother Rose. To ponder, the stars as golden roses. The golden rose is the secret, the altar, the gem. Wow, we've been talking about the secret. Observe how many Something is manifesting. Ponder the word secret. It indicates there's something cherished that is worth protecting, worth devoting oneself to the search of. The rose has long been used as a symbolic image for the summation of alchemy, the outer petals representing the first 7 planets and operations, while the inner petals protect the revelations from the unwelcome eyes. But what exactly resides at the center of the golden rose? Alchemy tells us it is a secret, and it is meant to be kept as such. The rose spirals both inward and outward simultaneously. It offers beauty to the onlooker while concealing its inner chambers. This is the complex nature of the golden rose. It challenges the alchemists to reorient their thinking, to devote their work to honoring the secret, rather than attempting to become the master of it. Kneel at the altar of the unknown. Cherish the golden rose as it is the motto of the self. More will be revealed. Well, I think beyond all the woo-woo and your flow, you're flowing, y'all, I think there's something about to be revealed. I think someone has been holding back a lot. I think you might even be miles ahead and you don't give an F. But this person is like, I need to tell someone something. I need to tell a collective something. More will be revealed. It is Scorpio season after all. And Mercury's in Sagittarius. It's a quite talkative outpour, right? Like there's a lot of talking it out. Okay, who gonna talk it out now, boo? Enjoy all the love, all the light. I hope I made some sense. My mind it just got like this water flow card and all this distance. I'm like, I don't know. It's a secret. It can't be revealed. It's like, it's trying to come out. All right, y'all. Peace. All the love, all the light. Protective white light. Healing emerald green light to your heart centers. Okay. All the loving, orange, brilliant yellow light to your sacral and solar plexus centers. All the love to you. Stay grounded. Stay well hydrated in these fiery times. What's good, party folk? I send you all the love, all the light. Okay, I'll be back with more very soon. Okay, ciao.